Hi, so we're in Mel Bay grade 3 here, and many of you have commented in the prior two videos and asked for more actual instruction and teaching. I didn't anticipate that, and I'm honored and flattered that you would ask that. It's just the constraints of time as to why I haven't been able to offer you more actual instruction in the Mel Bay series. Now this series is book 3, and I'm going to highlight one song today. This is the Mel Bay's Modern Guitar Method, grade 3. And as many people know who went through the Mel Bay series when they were younger or are going through it now, the pieces are wonderful and the arrangements are beautiful, and they teach you chord melody playing on the guitar, which is, well, I think that's how the guitar was meant to be played originally, to be a more portable, somewhat replacement for pianos at the end of the, as we got into the 1920s and things. So it was just hard to carry your piano from bar to bar. And the guitar will never replace the piano, but there are many ways we can emulate the way chords are played on the piano. So this is what it comes down to: how to play melodies and chords together in beautiful arrangements on the guitar to be pleasing and engaging for the listener. So we have this song called Venetian Nights. And as you know, many of these things lack clear instruction. So, and many of you have commented and asked for clear instruction. So let's use Venetian Nights as an example to grow your chord knowledge. Now there's no way I'd have the time to actually teach you each a little piece in the book, but I'm going to perform most pieces in the book for you to help you see and hear what they sound like. But on occasion here, I'm gonna step in and really teach you a piece. Now this will require you to have the book there at home, either the digital copy or the paper copy, so you can follow along with me. Without the written music, there's I won't say there's little value to what I'm gonna teach you, but you're gonna miss the ability to read the language on the page. So without further ado, let's jump in to Venetian Nights, and I'm going to offer you a harmonic analysis of the chords. Okay, well that was easy, wasn't it? It was very old-fashioned here. No crazy camera angles, no big technology like these other channels have, and that's probably why my channel's so tiny, but I don't really care. So I care about you becoming the best player you can be. I don't care about 20 amps in the background and trying to sell a system and such. So here we have Venetian Nights. We're going to start the tune. Let me just play the first 3 chords for you here. A beautiful song. Okay, so what Mr. Bay's doing here in his instruction series is he's adding a chord voicings down the neck. So we've already played the A chord. So you really need to know this. We're in book 3, so you need to know the A major chord on the guitar. But he'll often present those chords in small chunks to be supportive of a melody. So maybe we've played here string 3 fret 2A. Actually, using a method book system, I shouldn't have to tell you the fret. I can tell you the string name and the note. Well, let's try that. G string, A note, B string, C sharp note, and E string, open. But we want to get a high A on top. So how can we, nope, I can't do it. You can't have 2 notes on the same string at the same time because that's the guitar. So we take this little guy and we arrange him here. Now what we've got is this A note from string 3 has been arranged to be on the D string. Same pitch, right? So that's the root of our chord. So that's going to be the D string, fret 7A. Then it's going to be the, all right. Now the next is the C sharp that must be arranged to keep the chord harmony. So now we're taking that C sharp note there off of a string 2 fret 2 and plopping it here on string 3 fret 6. See? This becomes timbre, the tone of a note. It's different, isn't it, on the thicker strings? The pitches are the same. The interval is the same. That's a major third interval. But even even though they're the same pitch, it just sounds a little different. Now, let's take the open E string and we'll pluck that note off the fretboard and put that note down here on the B string. So we're sounding the E note on the B string. And we have string 1, A note. Now we have this chord arranged. I can't get my harmonic there. Okay, so we have this chord arranged. That's the A chord. Now that's the musical explanation, but someone who's into the caged method might say, oh, well, all you did here is you took the E chord, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. Take that, Mel Bay. Take a chew on that there, Mel Bay. That's an E-shaped chord with an F, whatever. Hey, if that's how you like to learn, I enjoy digging into the harmony here and the applied theory on the fretboard. I just like to, I don't know, grow my brain, I guess. So there's your A chord. Next, we're going to play a B minor chord. I bet you know this one. It's going to be the D string open, the G string fret 4, that's the B note, B as in boy, the B string fret 3, that's the D note, and the F sharp of string 1. Beautiful voicing of the B minor chord there, absolutely beautiful. Then we have the E chord. Instead of the big, big old country guitar big, we've got a little bit smaller E chord here. So we've got the string 4, fret 2, E, string 3, fret 1, G sharp, and the bottom 2 strings open. So can we hear the, let's hear the bass notes. I do like to just play one tone here from the chord and follow it around the neck. Okay, let's find the next voice of the chord, since each one of these chords has 4 voices. Now, for the string 3 note, A chord, string 3, B minor chord, string 3, and yeah, it's just nice to track it. Let's track that string 2 note, shall we? And the string 1. Oh, isn't that nice? You can start to hear, see, and feel how the voices inside the chords move by studying such things. What other chords have we here? I may not explain each one because they're more so melody notes, but we're going to have a little more of the little nugget of the A chord. We're going to have in the last measure of the top line. That's just our A chord again down in the open position, followed by B minor chord we've already played. And oh, here's one I want to talk to you about. Line 2, measure 2. Oh, I love this. This is the D-shaped chord here at fret 4. Now in the days of Mel Bay, I suppose he would never have called it the D shape, but street knowledge is good. So if this is a D chord, this is a D sharp chord, this is an E. Wow, so wait. We've learned this E chord today. Got that guy, and then, oh, see, look how we're actually expanding our knowledge of the guitar neck. These puzzle pieces are starting to fit together. We've got a string 1 G sharp, a string 2 fret 5 E, and a string 4 fret B, so fret 4. So beautiful E major chord there, going to a B7. Again, follow along with me. We're on page 9, measure 2. Look at this little B7, F sharp, A, D sharp. And then we're going to go home to E. Oh, he's used a modulation there. See, this tune is the key of A. How in the heck did we get over to the key of E? Well, he wrote it in a way, okay, here from the something called a 5 of 5. So we played the B7, anytime you want to make the next chord sound like our home key, play the 5 of that chord first. It's just the 5 of. Now, here's the interesting part. The E chord is the 5 of the A. If this is all Greek to you, go back and review your books. We'll do some separate things on harmony, but let's break it down like this very simply. You can use one chord to tell the listener the next chord sounds like home. And you can use that chord to tell the listener the next chord sounds like home, and so on and so on. So there's always a special formula to make the next chord sound like your new home. And that's what he's done here. He's going to B7, E, right, like that. So it goes, here's the chord layout of the first movement of the piece. A, B minor, E, melody, A, B minor, E, B7, E. But when we go back to the A, it's going to sound great because that E chord preps your ear for the A. Let's see. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Oh, all these secrets of the fretboard are starting to unfold in our lessons. That's the first part of the tune. Ready? You good to move on to part 2? Okay, we're going to move on to the second movement, which is between the repeat symbols there. So where's the repeat symbol on line 2? There it is. And now we're going to go to the repeat symbol of line 3, the fine. All right, my chord friends, here we are. So we're going to start now with more of an active melody. And that active melody is going to go... Okay, so, well, it's more of a melody than anything, but yeah, F sharp, E, B, E, D, E. So, let's think about this. F sharp, B, D. What have we got? Well, I suppose I would say that's a B minor arpeggio with an E thrown in. And then we have this, look at a B sharp. Well, this is odd, right? Because we don't typically have B sharps. Don't typically have it. But a B sharp is, and harmonically, a C note, right? So it's a B sharp to C sharp, right? And the tune has a key, in the key of A, you've got a C sharp. So no, we would not call it C flat to C. No, we would call it B sharp. Here's B open. Here's B sharp, raise it a semitone. B sharp to C sharp. And C sharp's right in the A chord, right? So we're just rolling in beautifully. Oh, it's a little bluesy move there. The blues player, Robert Nighthawk does this, and Johnny Winter, like... You're just walking into the C sharp, man. It's just a flat third. That's a third of the chord. That's it. So, but he's using it in a way here that's a little more Spanish influenced or Italian. So, starting on the B sharp to the C, roll into an A major chord. Now, good. Let's play that section. 1, 2. You ready for section 3? Okay, section 3, now we're going from the repeat sign of line 3 to the double bar at the end. So we're going to start with an A note, and now here come our dyads. All right, here's one of my favorite things about the Mel Bay series is the teaching of the double stops or dyads across, where you see the 2 notes stacked up. It's called a harmonized scale, and it's just beautiful. And always makes people feel emotional when they hear the music, to get these. So he'll play around with the notes on string 1. Let's get into it. We've got the D string. Oh, so first we play the A note. There we go. That's a third line, second to last measure. That's a pickup note to this section. Then the third line, last measure, we have the D open string. Right, I love that D open string. And then the F sharp note in the A. You just made a little mini D chord there. Beautiful, beautiful D triad. It's just D chord, that's all it is. Now, there should have been a G sharp here, but he didn't write it that way. He didn't. He wanted to anticipate a half step to D here. What a beautiful passing tone. So just for a moment, put your brain on a D chord. Okay, just for a moment. All right, and you're gonna learn some passing tones into D. Right, so we have a D chord here, D, F sharp, A, E, G. Well, I don't think you need to overanalyze it. I really don't. Personally, you could call this a quick little E minor chord, maybe. And the D note is not supposed to be ringing out. That's something I'm doing incorrectly, but I think it's just gorgeous. Because for this moment in time, when we're here, that is an E minor, that's a G, an E, and an open D. It just, for me, it implies an E minor 7, because the chord quality tone, the G natural, is there to tell us it's a sad E. E with a sad note, yeah, a flat third. So, and then we're home to a little D chord, aren't we? This little guy. Oh, how beautiful, right? So, and then we come back here to a C sharp and an E. Oh, he threw an A chord at us. Back to a D. Oh, isn't that nice? So beautiful. So beautiful. So now we're going to move on to the, what's this? Okay, we're on the fourth line music, second measure. Open A with an E and G note. Well, what's that all about? It implies an A minor 7 chord. So right there. And then to the D again. So again, we're just passing tone. We just put a new bass tone. So it goes D, A, F. All right, so it's business as usual here. That's a C sharp and E. Now look what happens. We're learning here to play notes. Will become, so listen to the passing tone. Ready? Now you don't want these to ring out, so in the hand movement from the C sharp and E to the C and a D sharp, it's just a, it's a cute little thing like that. It's just a dyad of the A chord, so that's all. It's just a passing tone. It's called a half step approach. Here you have an A chord, and here you have an A flat chord. Don't overthink it, it's just a cute trick, So that's that. Moving on to line 4, measure 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we're back to that theme again. What's this? Right, so line 4 there, third measure from the end of the line, E7, well, still E7, just with the first string open, because we want to hear, isn't that cool? Look, he arranged the melody note on the top, didn't he? But we don't just play the A note as the last tone, do we? We play the A chord. Yeah, that's why we can spend a whole lesson. Look, we're 19 minutes into a video with one song, but when working with the teacher, do you see what you're learning from it? It's very cool. So here we've resolved the entire statement to the A note, the A chord, the A triad. E, the 5 chord of A. Yeah, and then continuing on into and through the last line, we're just going to play these themes again, but instead of little strums, we're going to pick. Oh, beautiful. You never see this. You never see this D7 inversion. I love it. Try to add this D7 inversion to your vocabulary today. Oh, you've got an F sharp. You've got a D. You've got a C natural. That's a D7 if you ask me. And the open D string. Oh, isn't that nice? Now D7 is the 5 of G. Let's see what's going to go on. I don't think we have any G in here today. So we have open D. Again, last line, folks. Last line of the tune. 3 measures from the end. So, okay. So what we have here is A, D, and B. B, D, A. We've got a B minor 7 and yeah, well, it's a B minor 7. I suppose you could analyze it other ways. You could call it E7 sus4. You could. Could we name it after D? Yeah, sure. We could call it a D6 chord. There's so many names for this, but at the end of the day, memorize this shape and remember, you've got a melody note at the top that matches with your tonic. Okay, so you get bum, ba, da, dum. Oh, it's so beautiful. Ba, ba, bum. And here we go back to he's gonna modulate. He's going to modulate, isn't he? I know he is. I know. A7 is the 5 of what? A7 is the 5 of what? A, G, F sharp, E, D. And we end with, oh, he did another modulation. I love it. I love it. What we're learning here, right? Amazing. Amazing. So let's look at those last 3 measures again, shall we? We have D7. I guess I'd call it like a B minor 7. A. All right. A. A7. Oh, when we hit the A7 as that flat 7th note, that really makes it a dominant chord. That really outlines it as a 5 chord. All right, but we played the D inversion here, F sharp, A, D. Oh, beautiful. Well, I hope you've enjoyed a deep dive here into one of the Mel Bay tunes. I'm going to play it slowly for you. Kind of cold day in the Northeast here. Just old guy teacher excuse. But let's see. Oh, sorry, sorry about that. Oh. Boy, even I see, I just went through the tune and there we go. You got me on the last bit there, right? So I haven't played this one in years, and here we are. So, my friends, you have called for a lesson, like a legitimate lesson and explanation of his chord voicings and chord melodies. Whew. Yeah. I hope you've enjoyed this. I certainly have. I am off to teach a young lady in the state of Washington. I am in the state of New York, and thanks to all of that great technology, here we go. I'll see you in our next lesson.